things I would like to do right now. Actually, it turned out that I will be doing the first one. I would like to take care of a few logistical issues. One being very important, which is to volunteer each one of you to take lecture notes for some lectures. So, let me, oh, the laptop is not up. Okay, so, can you put the laptop? Here is basically the rough. Can you see at the back? Yes, question. Sorry? Actually, I can zoom in, yeah, I can. Yeah, good? Okay. So I just listed out roughly the approximate set of topics that each one of the lecturers will talk about. So Lakshmivaran, he will talk about inverse problem. I volunteered him to talk about inverse problem, variational methods, Kalman, the basic Kalman filtering. Is that approximately right? Okay. Do I need to add something else here? Okay, so.
Within the time input and the background, if they know something, you can skip through it.
Or we can go forward with some, yeah, okay. So it could be more advanced or less depending on the background. Okay. Elaine will talk about basic concepts in probability leading up to Bayes theorem, sampling methods, particle filtering, and then Didier Oro, who is not yet here, he will talk about nudging techniques, I think relations to observability, observers, comparison with other methods, and a technique called back and forth nudging, which he with his advisor Jack Bloom have developed. And Lenny Smith and Emma, they are not yet here either. They will talk about some basic concepts of nonlinear dynamics and in relation to data assimilation problems, shadowing, model error, and of course, I mean, all the other people will also, I guess, talk about nonlinear systems, but my aim was that they will bring out the actual specific nonlinear issues and Eric Kostelich, who cannot be here, but who will give Skype talks on, I don't have a share, Wednesday, Thursday. The first two talks, the first talk on Wednesday and the first talk on Thursday will be by Eric. And he will talk about in detail about ensemble Kalman filter, the local ensemble Kalman filter and its variants. And I will do the tutorials for him today and on Thursday. So today's tutorial will be mostly just to get everybody up to speed on MATLAB and matrix operations, SVD, and so on and so forth. So Dave Dewitt is going to talk about, I don't know if he's here, but he's going to talk more on the actual modeling part. So he will talk about dynamical models, seasonal forecasting, parameterization, and so on and so forth. So in relation to assimilation. Okay, so the numbers in the parentheses that you see are my rough estimate of how many people can take lecture notes for a specific lecturer based on how many lectures are being given by that person and the kind of topics that are being covered. So I think the easiest thing would be I will pass around a sheet with a lecturer's name. So I guess I could volunteer you or I could pick you. I will have a veto and pick you up. Which one would you prefer? You want to volunteer? How many of you want to volunteer for a specific topic to take lecture notes? So only 2 or 3 want to volunteer. I guess then I will have to pick everybody up. Okay, so those who do want to volunteer, they can sign up for, tell me who they want to take lecture notes from, and everybody else, I will make a choice. Well, so see, the thing is, the total number of registered participants was 37, but the total number that had signed up was 48. So I still am not exactly sure. Okay, can everybody who is a registered participant student and who is going to stay throughout the workshop, throughout the school, take lecture notes and do a project, so stay till 22nd of July, can such people raise their hands? So then I will count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, sorry?
Don't take pictures so that they won't take their mind.
That's a good idea. I have my mobile, so yeah. 30, yeah. So it's not, so I don't know what happened to the 7. I mean, well, so there are some additions, some deletions, which I don't know exactly how it worked out. So tomorrow morning, before I finish the lecture, maybe I will actually take the list, bring the list and tick off the people who are here and who are going to definitely stay till 22nd. So, okay, I think, so the total number of lectures, does anybody have a copy of the schedule? Can I just see that? It was in that list. Yeah, so total of 23 lectures and 8 tutorials, which includes, so to say, a few extra, if necessary, lectures during the last week. And those are not planned on specific topics necessarily, but those could be based on the need of the participants as we, so it's more like 20. Everybody would be doing about, yeah, exactly. So that's why I put the numbers roughly, but I had 37 in my list, so I put in a few more numbers than the number of lectures and tutorials. But it could also be that the people work together in groups, right? So 2 people take lecture notes for 1 lecture, and the idea is that you will not just, so to say, copy the 5 equations that are on the slide and then write. You should fill up the words, right? You should fill up the explanation that goes with the equations that are being put up, and as you understand them. And whatever you don't, you can talk to the lecturer, discuss with them. Most of you are staying here, so you'll have occasion. Sorry for those who are not actually staying here. We couldn't manage it finally, but and then so you'll have time to discuss with the lecturers and talk to them and so on. So so the idea would be, for example, if there are things like, oh, you can work it out, and then you should work it out. Yeah. That's that is, the person taking the notes will work out what's being left in the lectures as, so to say, homeworks, or the reader can fill in the gaps. So, okay, so okay, so that's one thing about taking lecture notes and so on.
It seems like what you need right now is something to volunteer for actions and stuff.
So actually, let me just get the list, which is just outside of all the registered participants at 4:30, and we'll need volunteer for that. Yes.
Students could talk amongst themselves tonight about.
Yeah.
Talk about
What they would like to do. Okay, fine. Yeah. So
I guess that would work.
actually, that's a good idea. So as Chris suggested, which I don't know if you heard, you should talk amongst yourselves and decide. Now I will send you this file, and then you can decide amongst yourselves who would like to take lecture notes of which. Of course, I'm not expecting you to know everything about these topics. That's the whole point of the school, to introduce you to these topics. But just rough words. Okay. So so you then you can discuss, and tomorrow, by tomorrow, we can finalize. So for today's afternoon lecture by Lakshmi Varahan, who would want to volunteer to take lecture notes? 1, 2, I got, okay, so I think 2 should be, so maybe 3 for now, and then we'll see if we need 2 or 3 per lecture. Okay, so let me tick off the names here. TJ Anurodh, so only here. So it doesn't work. We'll stay throughout the lecture. And okay, so P. Baiju, I will probably mess up some of the name. Biju, Baiju, how do you? Baiju? Yeah, okay. So you will stay here. So Please let me know if you are here just for a few lectures and so on, then I will not count you for those. Okay, Chaitanya Paranspe, Chandrasekhar, yes. Deep Ray, yes. Dhanya, M. Dhanya, okay. So Dinesh Verma, okay. Divya David, and Girish Kumar Madathi, okay. Hari Shankar Gupta. Oh, he's signed up. Okay. Indira Rani. Okay. Ipsita, I saw her today. Okay. And Jayesh Anand. Yeah. Jason, him I had seen. Yeah. Jyoti, I have talked to you. Yes. Kamna Porwal. Okay. Manil Mohan. No. Okay. Manoj. Manoj Kirakin. Yeah. Sorry. I think isn't it Kirakinian? Okay. Fine. Yeah. No, sorry. The pronunciation. Sometimes the ZH is okay. Manoj Kumar Rajput. Okay. Mata Mahakur, okay. Pavan Kumar Mishra, yes, yeah. Prashant Kumar, yeah. Pashupati Venkat at the back, okay. Sanikomu Sivareddy, okay. Savik Royas, yeah. Srinivas Ramanujam, yeah. Sudhir Joseph, Suman, Sunit Dwivedi. Dwivedi here. Oh, he hasn't signed up. Okay. Suryakanti Datta and Teja. Yeah. Varun Murthy. Varun is from.
He's from ISC.
He's. Okay, so he's not, I guess, going to stay for the whole time. Venkatesh, he hasn't signed up yet. Vishal Dikshit. Yeah. Okay, and then there are all these participants who are not registered. So let me just make sure that you raise your hand only if you're actually going to stay here for the whole time and attend all the lectures and the projects and everything. Question? Some, no, okay. Navneet Bhatt, he I think has already left. Shashank Kumar, oh, sorry, okay. Abhishek Shaha, you are here. Nuraj Jaman, you are here. Prabhat, okay. Shantanu Nandi. I don't see. He's, okay. So, Pranab Gurjar, or Gujar. Yeah. Sorry? Not sure. Okay. Ramesh, K. Ramesh. Okay. And Raju, A. Raju. Okay. S. Chaudhary. Oh, sure. Sorry. Shushindu Chaudhary. Okay. And Somasen Roy. Here. And Ekta. Okay. Fine. Yeah. So. Okay, so that makes it 49 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 49 minus 10, 39. Okay, so according to this list, there is 39 people who will stay for the entire duration and take the lecture notes and do the projects. Okay, good. So, okay, so then you should, the 39 of you should talk to each other, get to know each other, and having name tags is useful for that. But anyway, so and then decide who will volunteer for which lectures. If nobody volunteers, then I will assign. Okay. So by tomorrow morning, we can decide that. Yeah. So let's meet a little earlier today, tomorrow morning, by say 9:15 or so. Yeah. Second thing, IISc, those who are staying in IISc or coming from IISc, there will be a shuttle, but tomorrow onwards, I guess it will leave at 8:30 instead of 7:45. 8:30 should be plenty of time to leave from there. Oh, so dinner. Dinner would be at the canteen here for the people who are staying here, and you just have to sign up for it before 5 o'clock, and they will have a list of things that they serve, and you just tick mark what you want and pay for it. Okay, so we didn't organize dinner partly because we thought that will also give you a chance to go out if you want. For example, if in quite a few times it happens that we organize dinner for 30 or 40 and then only 10 or 20 show up and others go out, or in the evening you might want to relax a little bit and not want to be here itself. So you will be, the student, well of course the lecturers, but student participants also will be getting a per diem or whatever it is called. So, yeah. Okay. The same thing for breakfast. Breakfast you don't have to sign up. Breakfast is anyway served, and you just go there and pay for it and have it at 8:30 to 9:30 here. Unfortunately for the IISc, well, canteens. I mean canteens in the sense, I guess the past coffee board, which is now some kind of restaurant-like thing, and Prakruti thing, and yeah, the others from IISc, of course, they have their accommodation and so on, so they will know. Yeah. Okay. Any other logistical things? No. Okay. Okay. The conference schedule will be up by tomorrow morning or afternoon, and I guess now I will switch to. So if you, okay, how many of you do not have laptops? Let me count that very well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can you raise your hands kind of up a little bit like that? So, okay, good, thank you. 1, 2, 3. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10. And how many of you had not sent me an email saying that I don't have a laptop? Okay, can you raise your hands like that? Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I had asked them to.
Technically, someone who has a laptop would not have sent you a message and couldn't raise their hand.
Oh.
And you don't want to know about that.
No, I do want to know, because then, so for those who had sent an email saying that I don't have a laptop, we have arranged for laptops. And those who did not send an email but do not have a laptop, those who had not sent me an email that I don't have a laptop, and actually don't have a laptop, should raise their hands. 1 and 2. Okay, so we'll have to see if we can try to get it today. So for those who had sent me an email, I guess, Gaikwad, are these basically ready to go, so to say? And they will have to use them and bring them back here in the evening. Okay, so talk to him. Take it right now and talk to him whether to bring it. Okay, so I think yeah, the 4th of July.
Like being away from the US on the 4th of July.
My name is Elaine Spiller. I think I'll tell you a more formal introduction tomorrow. I'm at Marquette University, which is in Wisconsin, and my PhD is in applied math, but as a postdoc I learned a lot from physics, so I live somewhere.
So since they have said, I mean, I guess I haven't really said, I just said my name and I'm here, but then I could say what. I did my PhD from Austin, Texas in physics, and then I was a postdoc with Chris, and then I, for a short time in Berkeley, and then I joined here. and I work on dynamical systems and data assimilation. Oh, that's working. The mic is working. Okay. So, is that working? Okay.
Hi, I'm Suman. I finished my MSc in Maths and right now I'm working with Amit. I'm Nurit Jaman. I'm currently postdoc here with Amit Apte on data assimilation. I did my PhD from Saha Institute of Nuclear Physics, Kolkata.
In experimental
non-linear dynamics.
Dynamics. Okay, fine. plasma systems. Okay, fine.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Shashank. I'm actually a final year BTech student, electrical and electronics. I'm a summer research fellow under Apte sir and Maithili ma'am.
I am Abhishek Shah from NIT Surat. I am in my final year MSc Mathematics and I am also summer intern under Apte sir and Maithili ma'am. I am Nitin Sarva and currently I have just entered in my third year of BS and I am doing here summer intern under Maithili Ramaswamy, and I just came here to audit this workshop and I didn't know that this is going to be. I was not expecting that I'm going to give my introduction here. Okay, so. Hi, I'm Vishal Dikshit. I've done my masters from Mechanical Engineering IIC and currently starting to pursue PhD in IIC in atmospheric sciences. Hello, I'm Jayesh Varkare. I'm a second year MTech student at COS IISc. Hi everybody, I'm Prabhat. I'm working on data assimilation project in COS IISc. I'm joining MTech this year. Hello, my name is Pranav Gujar and I did my masters from Cranfield, UK in aerodynamics, and currently I'm working with Praveen as a project assistant. My name is Praveen. I work in TIFR. My PhD was from aerospace engineering.
Hello, I am Jyoti Bhate. I have done my MSc Mathematics from Pune University. Recently, I am working in National Atmospheric Research Laboratory and working in major scale modeling. Thank you.
Hi, I am Anuras TJ. I am from Nikam Sarabhai Space Center. I am doing PhD in atmospheric science.
I am Akhila from PES Institute of Technology, Bangalore. I was working with Indian Space Research Organization till July last year, and now I am teaching mathematics at an engineering college for BE autonomous students and MTech students. My field of interest is Kalman filtering applied to estimation theory and error analysis, parameter estimation.
Hello, I am K. Ramesh, working as a scientific assistant, India Meteorological Department, Chennai.
Hi, I am Soma Sen Roy. I am in Indian Meteorological Department. I have a PhD in local serious terms and radar data. I work with radar data also. So all this is pretty new to me, but let's hope I can make it.
Hi, I am Indira Rani. I did my PhD from Space Physics Laboratory, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. Now I am working as a scientist in National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting, Noida.
Hi, I am Dinesh. I am from IIT Bombay, working with Professor Puneet Parmanu. My topic is nonlinear dynamics and I am in integrated PhD third year. Good afternoon. I am Suryakanti Datta and presently I am working in NCMRWF as a scientist, and my field of work is on NWP and data assimilation. Sure.
Hi, I am Divya David, doing my PhD in National Institute of Oceanography, Goa, in physical oceanography.
Good afternoon all. I am Baiju from same institute, National Institute of Oceanography, Goa. I'm started my PhD recently in tropical cyclone and ocean interactions. And this data assimilation is very new to me, and I hope this will help for me to do a PhD for it.
I'm Manoj Bhimbe, doing PhD in atmospheric science in Department of University of Northern British Columbia, Canada. I hope to do Argo data assimilation into ocean GCM.
Hi, I am Jason. I am working in Babatam Research Center, Kalpakam. And actually my working topic is atmospheric dispersion modeling, pollutant, how it disperses, especially radioactive material through stacks. But my PhD is complex network and biological networks, dynamics of complex network.
Hi, my name is Teja and I'm a PhD student at MIT. And my area is optimization and statistics. I'm Pawan Mishra. I'm final year student of MSc Mathematics in IIT Delhi.
Hi, I'm Manoj Rajput. I did my MSc from IIT Roorkee in Applied Mathematics. Currently, I am doing PhD at IIT Kanpur in numerical analysis.
I am Raju J. I am from IIT in Pune and I am doing PhD here.
Hi, I am Prashant Kumar from Space Application Center, ISRO, and I completed my PhD in numerical analysis from NIT Allahabad.
Hello, I am Mathematics from Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology. I joined there after M.Tech in atmospheric science.
I am Girish. I am working in COIS as a bioscientist and I completed my PhD in oceanography. I am Shiva Reddy, working in INCOIS, Hyderabad. Currently, I am working on global ocean data assimilation system. I did my MSc in meteorology and atmospheric sciences. M.Tech I did in atmospheric sciences.
I am Lakshmi Varahan, shortly called as Varahan. I did my PhD in the Indian Institute of Science and Control Theory. I am currently on the faculty at the School of Computer Science, University of Oklahoma. My interests are in data assimilation and applied mathematics.
My name is Hariharan Narayan. I did a PhD in machine learning in the University of Chicago. I am currently a postdoc at MIT. I am interested in high dimensional data analysis.
Hi, my name is Dhanya. I have an MSc in physics and M.Tech in atmospheric sciences. And currently I am doing research at Indian Institute of Space Science Technology under the guidance of Dr. Chandrasekhar related to variational techniques of data assimilation.
Hello, I am Abhishek from SJC Mysore and I'm in first year BE Computer Science and I am presently doing my summer internship in the province on the topic of parallel computing.
Hi, I am Ipshita. I have done my MSc in atmospheric science from Calcutta University. I am recently doing PhD from CIMAX.
Dynamic weather forecasting and applying optimization technique in data assimilation.
Hi, I am Raju from IIT Madras. I am pursuing my BTech there and I am working with Chandrasekhar on path prediction of cyclones.
Hi, I am Ramanujan. I am doing my PhD in IIT Madras and my area of specialization is atmospheric radiation actually. But I am using WRF output as input to my ready to transfer code which is developed in IIT Madras. So I came here to learn about it and to see if there is any improvement after the data assimilation is there.
Hello, I am Chaitanya Bransmi. I am from Pune actually, and right now I completed my intake from IIT Madras in mechanical engineering.
Hyperbolic conservation laws. I am doing PhD. It's my third year.
Hello, I am Deep Ray. I am doing my integrated PhD program from TIFR. I have currently completed my first year of MSc.
I am Shuvik Roy. I have completed my MSc from TIFR. I am currently doing MPhil under Provincial in Vasudev Murthy, sir.
Hello, I am Annabjyoti Dasgupta. I am from this institute only and I am doing my PhD on sea-breeze modeling under Vasudeva Murthy.
Thanks. Sorry? Oh, this is about 1% of it. Yeah. So sorry. For getting you connected to the web was to ask you to download. Can you see that thing? So just try to download, basically there are two files, one is this and the other one is dt2.txt. So just change that to a 2 and just save those as whatever, call them whatever you want to call them. Right? So those are the two files, and the third one is which will be, this will be a so this part remains identical for all three files. I will write the three file names. CO2.o. So these are just text data, ASCII text data. Okay, so I guess the yes, to know where the net, so you can, are you using Ubuntu? Well, try this command. Can you see anything at all? Okay. Can you see the command? I doubt it. GNOME. What is it? Sorry, I forgot. Okay, so I just asked the system admin. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So just to get everybody, so to say, up to speed, I wanted to start with checking. I think this will also be one question that Varun had about what people know and what's the background. Vector spaces. So everybody is familiar with vector spaces, I assume. Yes? No? Or you are confused? Okay, then only three choices, no more. So you have to choose one of these. Okay, are you familiar with vector spaces? Those who are, please raise your hand, say yes. Can you raise your hands a little bit up, slightly bit up, so I can see at the back as well? Okay. Okay. Those who have learned them but maybe have forgotten them at some point. Okay, so fine. Okay, so and how about doing matrix and vector operations in MATLAB? How many of you can very comfortably deal with matrices and vectors and matrix vector multiplication and finding, say, okay, I'll just stay up to that, in MATLAB? Okay, and how many of you are not familiar with MATLAB at all? There is about half of them. Okay, fine.
You also asked the other part of the question for me.
Oh, sorry. I included matrices in the vector spaces, but yeah, maybe I could separate them out. How many of you are familiar with matrix operations? Or matrix operations, let me specify, let's say, the few things that we'll definitely need to know. Eigenvalues, singular value decompositions. Okay, eigenvalues. How many of you are familiar with eigenvalues and eigenvectors? Okay, everybody, good. Singular value decompositions. Some. QR or Cholesky decomposition. About a third. Okay, so okay, so I guess that gives a good yeah, background. And then how many of you can do these operations, say Cholesky decomposition or QR, in MATLAB, but not necessarily know the theory? That's perfectly a good way of doing it. But, so how many of you can do these operations in MATLAB? Okay, so at least a few. And okay, so I guess let's just start with some. In the laptops that are given out, have MATLAB installed with license. Yes. It's not working? So those laptops, they said they're not working. Is it connected to the network?
Yeah.
It's a network license.
Yeah, it's not
Okay, so maybe what I will suggest is that today, after, or maybe even in the remaining part, the first thing might be useful to have MATLAB or Octave. Actually, yeah, Octave is identical, I think, pretty much, right? Yeah. So Octave or MATLAB working on, and Octave is completely open source, and you should just be able to download and install it without any problem. Windows, Mac, and Linux, all three. Is that right? Yeah. So yeah. So if you don't have MATLAB, I would suggest download Octave and just install it. It should be pretty straightforward. And I don't know the website, but Google. So I think that's yeah. It's if you just Google for Octave, then you should be able to download and install it. Yeah. Okay, and yeah, so that should be basically sufficient for our purpose. I mean, the mismatch between Octave and MATLAB won't matter for most of the problems we'll do. Maybe random number generators are different. I don't know. Maybe a little bit, but that wouldn't be a big deal, right? Yeah.
I think the only thing that's
Is what? Sorry. Oh, plotting would be different. Not, but plot.
the same, but they look very
Oh, they look different. Okay. Okay. So, but yeah, the commands are same and they can deal. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Okay. So in MATLAB are better, or Octave is better. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. They're most of yeah, exactly. So that's yeah. Okay. That's what you pay for. Okay. So then what I will do is go through some basic, I mean, I will basically list out some basic vector space and matrix concepts, which I guess we should all be familiar with, just to get everybody on the same level. And since MATLAB is not available right now for about half of the students, I think, roughly, it would be good not to sort of start the exercises right now. Yeah, the easiest thing would be if I send you some instructions about the things that I was planning to do today, and ask you to go over it by yourself, and then we can discuss it offline separately. Yeah, I think that might be a better idea. Okay, so Varun has a book on data assimilation, which is in the library as well, and appendices to these books. They are on finite dimensional vector spaces, matrices, Fourier transforms, multivariate calculus, and a few others, optimization and probability. So those actually provide a fairly exhaustive list of so to say basics that will be so to say required along the way throughout this. So okay. So what do you think? Should I go ahead with the SVD things and ask people to share the MATLAB that they have? That might work well. So those, I think, yeah, let's just do this for today. Those who do have MATLAB, can you pair with somebody who does not have MATLAB and sit together so that you can sort of say work in pairs, right? So about half the people have MATLAB, right? That's my estimate. So can those who do not have MATLAB go closer to somebody who does have MATLAB and find a partner? Okay, so those who have MATLAB, please raise your hands. So those who don't can find you.
So you're going to have to move around
and then you'll have to move around a little bit according to those who don't have MATLAB. Will have to. So those who do have, separate out a little bit, leave a space in between, and. So raise. Sorry. So yeah, so spread out. So those who have MATLAB, please spread out a little bit. Don't sit next to each other, and let somebody else who does not have one move next to you, so you can work together in pair. Yep. Required, we'll just say that accept the fact and move along, and yeah, or work it out. Lecture notes, right? So okay, so we'll, I think let Lakshmi continue with his talk. So those who are taking note, because without power I think it will be difficult to work on MATLAB and so on, and those who are taking notes for Varun were the three people who had raised hand, 1, 2 and 3. So he'll start now, and we'll break for tea at 4 and come back at 4:30, and then we'll play it by the ear. Yeah.